Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nur Nahar Barna. Today we will learn about plants and animals. Students, at first I want you to take your science book and open chapter number 2. So the first thing of your book on this chapter is plant. So what are plants? Plants are living things and they can produce their own food. Some plants grow on soil, some grow in or on water. Some plants grow both on soil and in water. Now, animals. What are they? They are also living things, but they cannot produce their own food and dependent on plants or other animals for food. Animals live in many places such as lands, water, tree, and hills, etc. Now, the difference between plants and animals. For this difference, here I brought some fishes from my aquarium. Here you can see some fishes. These are actually guppies. And here a real plant. I collect this plant from my garden so that we can differentiate between them. Now, if we see, we all know plants produce their own food with the help of sunlight. They produce their food on their leaves. But on the other hand, animals cannot produce their own food. They dependent on other animals or plants. Now, if we consider the body parts, animals, look at this fish. Animals has mouth, eyes, fins, etc. And plants, it has leaves, root, stem, etc. Now, if you see again in the jar, this fish or animals, other animals also, can move easily. But plants are rooted in one place, so they cannot move. Now, again, animals, look, if I touch the jar, they move. That means they can respond in stimulation situation or other things. But plants, they cannot respond because they are situated in one place. But they change their growth pattern if they can't get the proper food. So these are the basic differences between plants and animals. Now, what is habitat? Habitat is a special place where plants grow and animals live in. So, for this fish, this water is habitat for them, and for this plant, this soil is habitat for it. So, these are their habitat. Now, some plants in the environment, there are some name of plants with their habitat. For example, mango, berry, jackfruit, etc. can grow in bright sunny place where water hyacinth and water lily can grow in water. Kulmi, helenche, etc. can grow in water and on soil. Shunduri, goran, keura, etc. grow in salty environment. Now, if you can see here, I have also some water hyacinth in this jar. for these fishes. So this water hyacinth can live on the water, and so this water is habitat for this water hyacinth. Now, pneumatophore. Pneumatophore is a new term, and it means a specialized root that grows upward out of the water or mud to exchange the gases in saline environment. Here, saline environment means the salty environment. Look, in previous slide, there are one thing like Shunduri and Goran Keura, they can grow in salty environment. So with the help of pneumatophore, they can grow in salty environment. This root actually in the pneumatophore, and they grow upward out from the water or mud. So with the help of this root, this plant can live in this salty environment. Now animals. Here's some name of animals with their habitat like rats, rabbit, they live in burrows, birds, squirrels, they can live in tree holes, fish, shrimp, etc., frog, turtles, they live on land and in water. There is some picture. Now, diversity of plants and animals based on habitat. Plants and animals live in different habitat in the environment. Here diversity means the variety. Okay. Now desert habitat. So there is a picture of a desert habitat. We all can see there is extremely dry weather. The main characteristic of desert region is extremely high temperature and dry weather. There are less water sources and rain. Okay. Now some plants, some spiny shrubs as cactus can grow in this environment. And their survival techniques, the stem and leaves of these plants are succulent, and its smooth outermost surface helps to retain water so that they can make their own food. Here I have aloe vera. You can see this aloe vera. I also collect this aloe vera from my garden. Aloe vera is one kind of succulent, and look, its outer surface is smooth and it retain water. So with the help of this, they can live in extreme dry weather. Okay. Now, animals. Snake, lizard, camel, etc. also can live in desert. And survival technique of camel is they store fat in their hump, and this fat helps it to survive longer period without water or food in this extremely dry weather. Now forest habitat. The main characteristic of forest habitat is often damp, warm and dim, and for this characteristic lot of trees, bushes can grow, and we all know like lion, deer, tiger, birds, etc. can live in forest. Wetland. So water hyacinth, we already see water hyacinth in my jar, a real water hyacinth, and water lily, we can see in this picture, can live in wetland. And animals like fishes, shrimp, etc. can live in wetland. Ocean habitat. Ocean is a large reservoir of salty water, and it also contains minerals and dissolved gases. Plants like algae, seaweed, etc. can go in ocean. Animals like dolphin, fishes, whale, crabs, etc. can live in ocean. Polar habitat. The main characteristic of polar habitat is extremely cold, and They are windy and have a lot of snow and ice. Plants like pines and few grasses can grow in polar land. Polar bear, penguin, seal can live in this region. And survival techniques of animals in this region, that they have a very thick skin and that protect them from this extremely cold weather. And the last topic of this chapter in this book is the effect of environment on living things. The good habits of the environment on living things, that we get our essential things like water, food, shelter, that helps us to survive in this environment. We get this from this environment. And the bad effect of environment, that our climate change actually, mainly for the climate change, it's caused destruction of habitat of lots of living things. And for this climate change, plants and animals also cannot get the proper food. So these are the bad effects. So if we want to sum up the whole chapter, that we already know what is plants and what is animals, and what are the basic differences between them. Then we learn what habitat of plants and what are the habitat of animals. Then we know the diversity of plants and animals based on habitat. After that, we learn the effect of environment on living things. So that's all this chapter. I hope this video will help you to learn this chapter. Thank you so much.